Ny episode, Remi. Det lov å si at
Yes,
I dag
sir.
så føler jeg føler litt på spenning I dag.
Ja, jeg også.
Du
Det her
også?
blir gøy. Ja, jeg gjør det. Av
Ja,
flere grunner,
altså,
selvfølgelig.
jeg har fått litt tyn gjennom sommeren for hvordan jeg prater engelsk. Det lov å si det.
Det har du. Du har fått tyn fra meg, du har fått tyn fra seere. Jeg har til og med fått høre at det var noen som ikke gadd å høre deg snakke engelsk.
Jeg
Det er
er
bare
spent på,
én person. Bare én person.
jeg er spent på hvordan dette da I lydformat podcast kommer til å fungere når vi nå skal snakke engelsk med en legende I sporten.
Ja, det skal vi I dag. Hvem er det vi skal snakke med I dag? Skal vi holde på det litt til, eller?
Vi kan holde på det litt til, men jeg vil bare si
Ja.
en ting, at jeg litt sånn avhengig av at du bidrar I dag, Remi. Fordi jeg kan,
Ja.
jeg kan ikke kjøre engelsk I den hele samtalen. Engelsken min, det er oppe til vurdering, og det styrkarakter, men vi gjør det beste ut av situasjonen, og jeg
Ja.
gleder meg til å snakke med personen.
Vi har jo snakka med den personen her før tidligere I år.
Ja.
Vi har også en video med den personen her fra
Mhm.
tidligere I år.
Ja.
Så da går det jo liksom nedover. Men det er mange vi har laga video med I år, da. Som snakker engelsk.
Vi kan jo si såpass at dette en litt sånn norgesvenn, kan vi ikke da?
Ja, det vil jeg si. Det vil jeg si. Vårt første møte med den personen her, da kom han turende I en bobil opp på en Rema 1000 her nede på Østlandet. Så,
Ja.
og når du kjører bobil på Østlandet og snakker engelsk, da du norgesvenn.
Enig.
Hva tenker
Alright.
du?
Jeg tenker
Skal vi-
at jeg glad I å prate med deg, men nå gleder jeg meg litt mer til å prate med gjesten akkurat I dag.
Vi har prata litt fra før. Så
Ja.
jeg tenker vi slipper inn gjesten vår.
Enig.
Let's see if he's here. And 1, 2 Mr.
Yo,
Eric
what up?
Oakley.
Yes.
Hi, man.
How we doing?
Great to see you again.
Stoked to be here.
It's been
Eric.
a couple of months now.
It has, and my time hanging out with you guys was wonderful. I mean, I have missed Norway and Sweden and Finland a ton already, so hoping to at least go back for some of the events next year. It's a little smaller of a European stretch, but definitely still trying to make it over there.
Yeah.
And you're a very popular player in Norway.
Good people there.
yeah,
I happened to find the right people and have made some great connections.
I saw in the videos we made this summer. We had a giveaway on your Taios.
Mm-hmm.
And in social media, it got almost 160,000 views and over 1,500 participants to win those discs.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not a normal giveaway for us, that's for sure.
Cool. Love to
So
bring
that's,
more, credit to you both about putting out amazing content and also just making it fun. I think that was another part of also you lit a match for me is like it was very inspiring to get that fun back into life and into disc golf. So it was very fruitful for me. So thank you.
So nice to hear.
For those who hasn't seen that video, we played Taios only round at Ormåsen, and it was fun. But you also had a lot of good pointers to players. So yeah,
Do my best.
and after you, when you were in Norway, you were traveling around doing courses. No, doing What did you do in Norway? You had I saw
Ace
you were
races.
in Hamar and
Yeah.
Elverum, and you were all
We did a
over.
bunch of ace races, which were clinics with a chance for people to ace on camera for money. Picking a shot that was like, 60 to 70 meters away, and people could pay to throw extra, and it's a really, really fun concept. And tying in a clinic, and they get a disc and everything. It's just this whole kind of giving back, because so much of event running feels like it's always just like competitive round, doubles, this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, let's just hang out. And thinking about throwing an ace in front of 15 to maybe 30 to maybe, I don't know, however many other people would be sick. And that goes a long way. Plus, they'd walk away with some cash, which is also a great concept. And
Yeah.
it's also a concept I'm going to continue forward. Big thanks to Another Round and Infinite for supporting that. There's a lot of really cool things that I get to do and just go to places and have fun with people. I think that's the other concept is like we all got into disc golf because we enjoyed it. So I want to try and keep that fire going.
I think that's kind of interesting for us because I think we can kind of see ourselves in that because we got into this during COVID and we're probably at the same age as you, but we are in this for the fun of it and
Yeah.
not so much the competition aspect, but to see that professional players are also embracing this kind of the fun having of disc golf again. I think that's something that we really appreciate and that we can see in the things that you do as well. So it's really fun to see. Do you have are you going to continue playing tournaments or are you kind of what are your plans going forward now with this stuff?
Yeah, I was back and forth. I took a nice break for the second half of the season, which was honestly one of the best things I could have done for my mental space, both on and off the course. And I was able to continue to keep my tour card, which was a big question mark, having not played the second half of the season, but having kept that allowed me to sign up for events that I want to be playing. And I'm going to support the Go Throw Tour as well, running some ace races at those. And those are, a little less stressful. They're not PDGA sanctioned. Plus, they're getting a great turnout. The Go Throw people are doing amazing things with the skin matches. And then so I'm going to be at a decent amount of pro tours, going to be vending, doing whatnots. I am actually currently finalizing some of the details to starting a coaching program that I can do while I'm on the road, which will be one of my main focuses is because I want to be able to work with people. I do private lessons here in Pensacola all the time, and I love teaching the sport. That's why there's always a clinic as a part of the ace race because I want to talk to people. I want to give knowledge where I can. I have been playing playing disc golf for over 20 years. I've been on tour for 10 plus years. It's like there's a lot of knowledge in here that doesn't need to stay in here. So I want to give that back. And so that coaching program is going to be something that'll be great because there'll be multiple tiers. People will be able to sign up. And, the whole goal is to be doing it a little bit differently. It's not just like going on Facebook and asking for a form review. We're working together. I'm building a program for people to, have to go to the field work and do practice lessons, to see their form, to talk about their bags, to help them prepare for an upcoming tournament. And there will be different tiers to that and different incentives to all of that, and I'm working with some of my sponsors as well to creating, all right, if I have 20 people in there, give me 20 unique stamp discs that these members all get that's something special. I want to find a way to go above and beyond with it. So it's to me, from going for it, I was talking to a good friend of mine, is I don't want to half-ass anything. I'm gonna whole-ass it, and I'm ready to kind of whole-ass this coaching thing. So
that's a great saying, the whole assing thing. It's amazing.
And I also saw today you posted something about Cardinal Disc Golf.
Yeah, I've been talking to Kevin and his crew for a little bit, and I'm no longer working with Thought Space Athletics. Thank you to them for the support that I've had the last few years. It definitely didn't end in the best way, but at the same time, I wish them nothing but the best, and it's opened the door for Cardinal to step in, and they're doing great things, putting out great jerseys, and their materials are just as good, and I'm just excited to have another jersey to rock and also to have a great name on the back that is also supporting a lot of great players on tour, so lots of good there.
Yeah.
Is that I haven't heard of Cardinal before, but is that is it a clothing brand or is it they don't produce discs and stuff? It's clothing.
Nah, just some stamps on stuff. If anything, they're doing a great job of knowing their niche, and they're doing a lot. And having talked to the owner, they're improving the turnaround. They're able to do a lot more, having learned from last year, and that's all I can ask for is seeing a company that's willing to take ownership of how things are going and look to improve going forward. So very excited to be a part of that.
It's amazing. I was thinking I was going to ask you a question about because my interest in is both playing, but I also enjoy very much the not the collecting disc side of things, but trying new discs and trying new molds and different molds. And you're an open bag player, right?
I am.
I also have been seeing some of your early videos, and we talked a little bit about content creating while we were filming with you, so we have a little bit of that as well. But how do you choose which disc make it into your bag before the season starts?
Great question. I do look to, prioritize those who support me first, because I think there's a lot to be said about that. So I'm often looking at Infinite Discs when I was at TSA, looking at their stuff. Birdie, Alpha, all those are like, I'm definitely trying to find ways to put those, find slots for those. But at the end of the day, I do know that how I perform does have some solid impact. So I need to have the right things that help me perform. So being in that open bag spot, I watch how other people are throwing. I'm kind of this sponge every event. I'm asking people, oh, what'd you throw there? Like, oh, it's this beat up, so whatever. And I'm like, oh, sick. If it was like brand new, I might love that disc and try one out, because I could see, I can kind of compare my arm speed to others and figure out how it might work for me, and feel the disc if they don't mind me touching it. That kind of stuff becomes really good. But again, I definitely am, like, priority comes down to is like starting at the top of the list of the people who support me. So with losing thought space, I'm dropping most of their stuff, if not all of it, from my bag. And the best part is a lot of that, at this point, it's the archer, not the arrow. And there's a lot of the stuff that I was throwing with them. Like, there are other great molds from companies that I can be finding that easily slot in. Like, I was easily able to go from an Omen to a Scepter, which is a great overstable fairway driver from Infinite, and I have some really good overstable ones, so that's great. The mid-range one, it's like, oh, cool, I can try a Buzz. I'm actually currently throwing an old mold that's another round did a special run of. It's the Impact from Discraft. It's kind of a faster one, but it's a neg 3. But this thing flies like a 0-0. So it flies like right between a Buzz and a Buzz SS, and I'm like, oh, this is a dream, which is exactly what a Pathfinder was for me. So like that's some new stuff that's been in the bag as far as Scepters, and the Impact has been a fun one to try out. And I'm also just asking around. I'm like, what could I try? What should I try? And just it's been that part's, I think, is the most fun, is that anytime a new disc is launched as well, I get to sit there and say, and it's any company, any company puts out a disc, I'm like, could I use that? We'll see. And then like so I get to be the same like kid in a candy store, like, where I'm just like, oh yay, like I want to try this, and like it's if it doesn't taste like Finnish licorice, then I'm ready to throw that disc. So
I can really feel the same thing. The kid in the candy store metaphor is a strong one for me here.
But what are the discs that has to be in the bag? Is going to be there anyways?
It's going to be hard to ever switch off of like the Alpaca as far as a putting putter goes back to whenever it's the same mold as the P2 when it was made by Innova. And before I was with Dynamic, I was with Discmania, and I was throwing P2s all the time. So that's one that's like a mainstay. And the Dynasty, being the CD2 mold, is like one of my best discs, forehand, backhand. And I love the plethora of plastics we have it in, and that has also led to a bunch of different stabilities, which, some people have claimed, like when it was the Destroyers, it was bad because it was inconsistent. But to me, in my space, it's like, I know that if I want an overstable Dynasty, I grab a Halo or a Halo Glow. And it's like, oh, if I want a straighter one, I grab a swirly S blend or a Glow. And if I want a flippy one, I get an I blend or a G Star, and it's like or G blend. And to me, that puts me in the space of like, I'm never really worried about finding what stability I need or what run I need, and it being different, as long as it feels pretty much the same in the hand. That's awesome. I look back to whenever I was throwing, I had 9 felons in my bag when I was with Dynamic, but there was probably like 6 of those that actually didn't fly like felons. Like they were very, very different discs and super beat up, or a special run that just happened to be flippy, and that just changed how I was throwing them. So definitely a similar concept here with the Dynasty. I think I bag 5 or 6 at a time, and they're in every different stage of wear, and I have multiple different plastic types as well, which is it's great.
I find that as well with the infinite. Not that this is going to be a purely infinite disc commercial, but I really found to enjoy the. I have never had the arm speed to throw a destroyer, but when I found the eye blend emperors, for example, that's a great.
It's every
great
man's
disc.
destroyer, like for real.
Yeah.
Like it flips up just like when you watch a big arm throw it, and they're really good. And I think those, and then there's a certain run of Halo that had a really big dome. They're the farthest flying emperors ever.
That's a fun fact there. I actually won a Halo Emperor that Joel Freeman lost at Croak Hall this year.
No way.
And the Croak Hall guys tried to give it back to him, and he said, give it to someone that wants to throw it. And they did a giveaway in a podcast, and I won it. So I haven't got it yet, but I'm still waiting. So,
some of them are really beefy, but it depends on the run. And I know Joel is a big fan of the overstable stuff, so it could be a chonky boy.
So
but
that's
whenever the wind picks up, you'll be fine.
Amazing.
What about if you put your name on a disc? Is that the disc you're always going to be throwing yourself?
I try to. I definitely try to. There needs to be a pretty solid reason to for the run to maybe not be something I could throw. Like, let's say for instance, I do it on a Dynasty, and it becomes like but less understable than a Sphinx or like a Maya or something like that. I might not actually need that. You put one in the bag as a roller or something like that, but then if it becomes something I can't really use, I'll do my best to promote it and everything. But I think, with all the companies that I've worked with, I haven't really had a disc come out and be poor. Like every Alpaca I've had my name on flies great, feels great in the hand. Pathfinders are the same way. Dynasties. I've done Exodus, which that's another disc that I think is an unsung hero in our lineup, is the Exodus, like being that T-bird slot. It's just super good. So yeah, my bag has many of my Tour Series discs, I think, for a reason. And if I'm going to be the best promoter I can be, I should be bagging them and preaching the good word. So
because we have a disc golf influencer in Norway. It's called Ola Kolle, and he has great opinions about this. That when we see in the bag videos from some of the pros, they don't throw any of their own discs. They have like 2017 molds and special runs from 2014, and so it's.
I think we're going to see that changing more going forward. I think a lot of the companies are going to get it right. I think that was a big Discmania thing whenever everybody was still throwing the Innova-made stuff, and now that's going to be, from what I understand, less of a thing going forward. And then, looking at a company like Discraft, they are just getting better at their molding. They've been improving and setting the standard for everything in our sport right now. So it's like watching what they're doing and watching and seeing, hearing from Missy and Paige, they're willing to tweak this and tweak that to make these captain's thrashers perfect for Missy and really, really good. And then the same thing for the passions and the joy and so on and so forth. Like they're just, I really do think that it's going to be a point where bags are actually going to be filled with a lot of the newer stuff, because it's going to be just as good, if not better, because they're looking towards older runs for inspiration, and they're going to find a way to make that happen. And I think that makes it better for the player and the consumer, because if I know that the next run of Dynasty is going to come out and fly like a dream, cool. I don't need to stockpile a bunch of the ones from 3 years ago. I can let those go. I can move on, knowing that this new run is going to be just as good. Like trust in Innova and making it the dynasty for us at Infinite, that they're gonna make it good. And I think that that's what we're gonna start working ourselves into. Now, there's always going to be outliers, but I do think it is a little disingenuous to not throw your Tour Series disc. So if to those pros out there, it's like represent your disc, even if it's okay. Like, and tell people that I'm trying to work it into the bag and do those things. It's just it makes you a better ambassador, and everybody will appreciate that more.
What to do are your plans for? I talked a little bit about, and we talked in the video a little bit about content creation as well. And I always appreciate the YouTube side of pros that are making YouTube content. Do you have any plans or for the channel or going forward?
It has been a little stagnant for us on the Whale Pants channel, but there is some goals to do some vlog style stuff, some more fun stuff. Maybe even I've gotten into skateboarding and doing some of that stuff on there. But like more interactive, fun stuff. I think I'm going to be doing different videos, through my coaching program, through working with Infinite on doing some tutorial stuff. So you'll see a lot of that content, but not working and having the backbone like I had at DD, where they had a media team that was easy to work with, where I just need to be there and show up, and they have ideas, and then I get to just be me and sell the idea. Is a space that I miss, but so with my channel it's less about that. I think the practice rounds and round thing is pretty covered by enough players, so doing that you just are muddying the water. We're doing some fun vlogs is just like, again, back to the fun, like when Tina and I were doing vlogs, but she might not be as involved since she's staying home most of the time, and I'll be out with my buddy Jared and be out with Paige and Missy and Cynthia and different players that I interact with, and that's something that comes to mind of having some organic content, maybe a once a month vlog to say, hey, here's how February went, and here we go, and there's some cool videos, and it's all lumped in, and it's a kind of piggybacking off of stuff that Eagle McMahon has done in the past. Alden Harris is currently doing an incredible job
he's doing a great job.
Well, Alden's channel is like unbelievable. Like, it's like seeing that crew be just goobers is like, I live for it. I live for it. So it's good things.
They can really they can you can tell that they're having a lot of fun, and it shows during the vlog. So it's a 100%. great content.
Yeah.
I saw some of the series you're doing with those short clips with Infinite discs. That's a great series.
It's been fun. And it's quick, and I love that our editors will roast me if I'm trying to help them out. They're like, they use any of the footage I send them, and I'm for it. Like, if you want to make fun of me and I can be the goober or whatever it needs to be, like, I'll own that with a badge, like a badge of honor for sure. And and it was a pretty easy idea that they sent to me. It's like, can you just film quick tips and just talk about things in a simple way? And I'm like, done. Let's do it. Like, that seems great. Like, that's the type of knowledge that needs to be out there, and it makes Infinite a more likable brand, because you're not just buying them buying their product because you've seen other players throwing it, but you're also getting something back, something intellectual. You're also able to shop and grab basically any disc possible on their website, and they're, that puts it into a space of their likability grows, and that's I think is great. So just to be a part of that and help the brand be better is cool.
And also with the attention span of people now, that's a perfect series.
So true. So true.
You get a lot of information in a short period of time.
Oh my God, man. I was sitting on the couch earlier and was like, seeing a video that was 35 minutes, and I was like, can't. And I was like, I'm even falling prey to that attention span stuff.
Like, I think you're into something when you talk about the making fun of stuff, because our channel is mostly almost built on it, because
Mhm.
almost I edit most of the videos, and
Mhm.
most of the comments I get is that people really enjoy when I take the piss out of John.
Oh,
When
it's the
he's
best.
so
It's the
people
best.
really like it. You need
Mhm.
to be kind of the goofy
It
person.
makes you more real, right?
Yeah.
Because if every cut and every take was perfect and hilarious and and spot on, it's like it'll start to grow old. But if they
Yeah.
know that it's like you're gonna rip on him for any little minor mistake he says, if he mispronounces something or something like that,
Course.
it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna drive that home. And then
Yeah.
like the callback later when it happens again, like 3
Yeah.
or 4 videos from then, and you call back those who've watched across.
Yeah.
No, like you love seeing that in like comedy series when they call back to like previous like inside jokes. It's like that's building community. That's building such a great connection with your fan base too.
We actually designed a couple of discs the last year and sold a lot of discs with kind of just small sentences from the videos, because people
Love it.
know the sentences. So it's a fun way to make the videos.
Oh man, if I can find it, actually, I'll dig for it real quick. We can keep talking, but on
Yeah.
we did a bunch of videos that for DD we were in we were in San Diego, and there's this blooper reel that is hilarious, and I butcher this whole line like into the ground. It was so funny, and Tina roasted me with just oh man, can I find it?
If you find it, we could link it in the comment section so that people can enjoy that content as well. That would be
Absolutely.
really fun.
Absolutely.
But you were talking about skateboarding.
Mhm.
I'm an old skateboarder myself, and being kind of the same generation. I have not taken up skateboarding because that would, for me, right now, would be a really bad idea. But
Mhm.
what is the most difficult trick that you have ever pulled, and the trick that you can still do?
Um, okay. I feel like a lot of it is like I've been landing like 360 flips pretty consistently, which is
Oh,
like really nice. And like the part is like putting it into a line where it's like, cool, I 360 flip,
yeah,
this, kicker or on flat ground, and then I go and do some other stuff because then it's like a part of it.
yeah,
I mean, I've ollied some big sets, and just the type of skating I'm trying to get really good at is like technical stuff. So lots of ledges and boxes. I love manuals, different things like that. And I didn't skate for. I stopped skating when I was 19 years
yeah.
old, and picked it up this summer as I was 18 years of a gap, and I was able to kind of get back on the board and still do some kick flips and heel flips and different things, and then slowly built back up to doing more. Funny part is this side note is I dislocated my ring toe
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve. Okay, and this isn't like, oh, cool, I did it skateboarding, I did it disc golfing or running or doing something or saving someone's life. No, I was getting out of the shower and I stepped out with my right foot and my left foot hit part of the tub and dislocated. And so I haven't skated since Christmas Eve. Like that and it's been killing me. And my run streak was quote unquote ended, but I decided to walk or crutch whenever I had that every single day. So I've been keeping up with some type of physical activity. So for those maybe wondering, I've been staying active as much as I can, but I had one of my toes that didn't work, and it's so dumb to hurt yourself getting out of the shower, and then also for it to be this like toe that you kind of don't need, and it's just like, and you
Yeah.
can't do anything. Oh god, the worst.
It's so useless, and it's part of pushing 40 years old, I guess.
I
It's
know, dude. So
you can't do
now
anything.
I'm like barely throwing, and now I'm actually back to throwing. It feels pretty close to 100%, but I'm still
Yeah.
giving a little more reprieve, so it does fix itself, because it was one of those that it like when I tried to put it back into place, it didn't, and then the doctor put it back into place, went to get the x-ray person. When they came back, it was back out of place because there was ligament damage, so he had to crunch it back into place and then tape it up, and it was like, cool, best of luck, like don't move as much as you can. So that was it. But just a wild one.
Be careful
This
in the
summer,
shower, guys.
this summer you won me a bit over when you posted a picture, because after we played a round at Ormåsen, you posted a picture with enjoying dugnad, or like course maintenance. So you stayed there in the rain.
Yep.
And helped with course maintenance.
Did a little bit. I mean, I was more there for moral support, and they had beer, so I was hanging out. So that was it's just being able to kind of catch up with those alpha guys are awesome, and I've loved working with them. And I it's so funny because I see everybody kind of geeking out about the Luna. And I'm like, just get yourself a Theos, homies. Like you both know, like it's crazy how good of a thrower it is. And I call it the Luna OS because I think everybody's looking for where's the stable Lunas? Where the stable Lunas? It's like, just get yourself a Theos. Feels almost exactly the same, and it flies amazing. And guess what? You don't have to try and get the best one from some mystery box, like, which is sick. Like all that stuff that Discraft is doing and capitalizing on it. And also, no person at like even my arm speed can actually do what AB is doing with the Luna anyways. So it's like most people don't even need that yellow Luna that he throws because they're not going to be able to replicate it. Like he's an absolute, like he's such an outlier. It's like when you see what he does to a disc, you're just like, cool. I don't understand that and never will, but I'm going to keep doing me.
Did you see Paul Macbeth's first whatnot when he sold one of the yellow Lunas? Did you see how much it went
go for?
$650.
That's insane, dude.
That's insane.
Wow. Hey, respect. Like if we're gonna make discs really popular and fun in that way, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And Paul coming off of that, he knows that he's like, cool, I can make a Luna work. It doesn't need to be the specific run and specific blend. And that's again where I imagine Discraft is like already like, how do we make more that are like this yellow one? They've taken probably tons of samples of those and are just like, we're gonna make a couple of those Lunas that fly exactly the same. And it's just no doubt. But also, Theos is something that everybody should give a try. As far as if you liked S-Line P2s or Sky Gods, or you like Lunas, or you just need a good throwing putter, it's like I aced with it at my ace race in Tampere, at Tampere Disc Golf Center on that kind of mounded hole we did was sweet. And then I aced with it doing another round ace race when I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so like Theos is find the chains. So I'm a big fan.
When you do those ace races, for example in Norway, did you also play some of the courses, or mostly
some? Some. At that point, there wasn't a whole lot of time to get it in, but I definitely went and played some of the tracks and have. I mean, I haven't really played any courses in Norway that I would say I didn't like. So I think that's a testament one to the land you guys have at your disposal, which is absurd from top to bottom, and all the parts that I've been to, that helps. But then on top of that, you can tell the clubs really care. So when you show up, it's easy to navigate. It's you're really welcomed, and people there just are respecting disc golf at the highest capacity. And that's I think that's pretty common in Europe in general. From what I've seen, there's just this extra level of professionalism that you see. So yeah, not to say that people aren't doing that here in the States. I just think it feels, the baseline for integrity feels higher, if that makes sense.
If you could design like the perfect disc golf hole, what would that be?
Part of me is like this tunnel that finishes slightly to the right, just perfect for like a dynasty forehand, to where it's like those who only throw like Raptors or Firebirds, where it's like it's going to cut early and you're going to find the junk in the right, where you need that pushing kind of straighter disc. And then if you throw too fast of a disc, it pushes the back wall long. That's my That's mine. Probably a little bit of drift to the left before it finishes right as well, so it makes it a little more difficult. It's a difficult backhand line, so the Isaac Robinsons of the world are going to have to be an absolute genius, which he'd probably still find a way to park it with an Explorer or something like that because he's just that good in the woods. But would definitely give myself an advantage. I actually have made this joke a lot, that if I were to design a course just for myself, I would get second place because Nate Sexton, I think, has like a very similar style forehand, but he just does it a little bit better than I do. So, yeah, so I'll take podium finish on my own course. So it'd be sweet.
That's amazing. I was thinking about I had one question here. I was thinking, what is something that people often misunderstand about being a professional disc golfer?
Just amazing question. They think that it's always fun, that it's always a good time. It's like we have bad days. Think about driving, like a gnarly drive day where you catch some traffic and all you're trying to do is you just maybe came off of a mediocre tournament and all you got to do is sit there and stew in the car for a bunch of hours and your body gets sore and all that stuff, and those travel days can weigh on you. And yeah, when this is our job and you're sometimes playing well just to scrape by to make last cash, which doesn't make your weekend profitable, really, unfortunately, um, that you worked really hard just to kind of not lose that much money. It's like that. Those aren't the most fun days. And now, yes, there is a lot of good. But to think that every day is good and that we're not allowed to have bad days, I think that's where it becomes a problem. And some people are like, you get to you live the dream, all this stuff, and like that. And I'm putting on that voice because it always feels like that's what they would sound like in the comment section. Whenever I'm like, if I show any emotion, they're like, you need to smile. It's just best thing, best day of your life. And like, no, like I'm allowed to have bad days. I'm very thankful to get to do what I do, and it's very special. But that misconception that every day is great is kind of, it's like, it's just not. And I wish it was, and I wish it was for all disc golfers and all, I wish it was for all people. I wish everybody didn't have bad days, but that is just kind of a life thing. And, that misconception is, I think a lot of pros can agree with me there, is that we're allowed to have shit days. We are.
And
Jon.
I have a question about that because we've been talking about like hot topics in this podcast, and one thing I'm have an opinion on is that when you play a tournament, a lot of people is cheering and high fiving and cheering for the opponent, which I don't understand because it's a competition. I don't understand it. And what are your opinions on this?
So I'm in the camp of I have the front row seat to some of the best disc golfers in the world, myself included. And if I'm going to play well, I want it to be against others who are also playing well. So like seeing others' successes doesn't have any determination on how I finish. And I really do think that as disc golf in this space is you versus the course, and that's all it is. And so if somebody happens to be better on the course, they deserve it, and I think that point of me cheering for them keeps me in a better space. And also, I don't know, you want to see good things in life, and I think that puts us to a really good space, because I look at, coming from a soccer player and other sports where if somebody was beating me, I could outwork them. I could out hustle them. I could get stuck in on a challenge. I could do something to disrupt them. If you do something to disrupt your opponent in disc golf, guess what? It's a courtesy warning. You know what I mean? Like that's just like, and you're going to probably get some strokes tacked onto you and you're not going to be very well liked. So I look at it from that space of like, it is just me versus the course and always will be in that space. And, without being able to directly impact my opponents, I might as well cheer them on, because like I want to see disc golf flourish, and I want to see people be awesome at it. So that's where I live.
Do you remember this from Vikersund video, Remy? When we filmed with Henrik Haaland, who is one of the best players in Norway. I
Mhm.
said exactly this, because Henrik and we both play soccer.
Mhm.
And as I said to him, if you have a bad day, you get off some steam by tackling someone, and then you can move on. In disc golf, if you hit 10 threes in a row, you have to go and cheer on, and this is good, and don't say anything. That's a bit difficult.
I think the answer that most people answer to this question is that they like they applaud the good throws, not the outcome. So you want to see good disc golf throws, and that's as you say, you have the front row seats, and Jon as well is a former professional Norwegian soccer player. So I think he has brought that competition mentality that your opponent is your enemy, and
you do need a little bit of that, but it's not the opposing players. The course is your enemy. You know what I mean? Like, you're really trying to beat the course every time you're out there.
That's what I'm going to say to Jon the next time we film a competition video. I'm going to say that. Remember what Eric said.
Cross the course.
Cross the course.
And do you have any hot takes? Because one of the thing I'm really angry about is in warm-ups.
You don't like warm-ups?
If people do warm-ups, if in warm-ups, in putting, let's say that you're 3 people who's putting on the basket, and 2 guys have 2 putters and 1 guy have 5 putters. That's also one of my hot takes.
Dude, don't do that. Like, if I have more putters than the people around me, which I don't, I bring 2 if I'm going for a tournament round. Like, I throw my 2 putts and then I'm done. And when I see somebody with 4, I'm just like, I'm gonna go find another basket because it's like, I don't need to see you throw all 4 putts. It's like, you throw 2 as well. Like, match the people who are around you. Like, I think, and also that's a respecting of the space. So I can get on that of like, don't be that guy.
But do you have any opinions that, like, hot takes that's
let me think.
We see in your videos that you're always this positive guy, so now Jon is trying to get some.
No, that's fine. You can get some dirt.
I'm rebuilding your image, Eric, to this.
I love it. I love it. This comes from a space of when you play and people applaud your good shots when it clearly was a shank. Like, that is like, and that may be somebody's just applauding for the result, and they maybe don't have the same perspective that I do, but it irks me when I'm like, I clearly did not mean to throw it through the right side trees to get through all of them and have it be good. And everybody's like, oh, that shot was sick. And I was like, that shot was lucky. Yes. And did I miss? Absolutely. Am I stoked of where it ended up? Sure. But also, I can't do that again, because if I didn't miss the trees like I did, I'd be dead. I'd be, huffing and puffing as I go and find my disc in the woods. I think that one gets me a little bit. Is like, and again, sometimes people don't see exactly the line you took; they just see the result. So I also try and give some grace there. But I have played some rounds with some casual homies and stuff like that, and it's like, I could throw it sideways and they're gonna cheer for me, and I'm like, homies, like, it's just chill. Like, I appreciate the hype, but like, also, I'd rather you roast me for throwing it sideways, not hype me up for throwing it sideways. Like, talk shit at that point. Tell me I'm an idiot, and I can laugh about it.
But I heard some of the pros said that in Europe, the crowd cheers for almost everything. It's like a European thing also.
Well, I also think there's like the fans that are oblivious to other cards, I think, is a really tough one for me. Because it's like, oh yeah, I can tell Paul Macbeth, or like when Brody Smith was on tour for a while, it's like, I know Brody's on the course somewhere, because there's a flock of fans walking through our fairway with no idea what's going on because they have to go see Brody. And it was great because he's bringing fans to the course, but also at the same time, how oblivious people were to other players playing on the course, like, became a problem where, people are walking in the background of people putting. I remember it was at European Open. I'm on hole 18, putting out for, I think I threw OB right by the green. So I'm putting 4 or 5 at that point. And the railing is right there. There's 2 dudes on the railing just speaking in Finnish, like as loud as I'm talking now, as I'm lining up a 20-footer, and I'm like, and I have to turn around. I'm like, hey, can I putt? Like, you guys good? And then I threw my putt. It's like sometimes like it's just being unawares, like that part of I have a term for it. So we call them spectators, right? It's like that's what fans are, spectators. Call them spuds, which is taters or potatoes, and they're spotted, spuds, potatoes. So you just call them spuds when they're being dumb spectators, because I think spuds is like kind of an insult. You'd be like, oh, dude, look at those spuds over there just talking, like walking through our fairway, a bunch of spuds, you know? Good spectators aren't spuds. Like we'll call them our fans, we'll call them good fans, whatever. We call them some type of, what's a good, we call them French fries or something like that. A good French fry. Like what is something we want? Like that's good. But then when they're being dumb, we call them spuds. Hasn't taken off, but you guys can help me make this famous.
From today, Remy, you're not my buddy, you're my spuddy.
Yes, I can be that one. Always the guy in the background making things harder. I think it was kind of a fun thing we filmed this summer. We also filmed with Gannon at my local course, and he said it as well that this is not normal. There were, I think it was 250 people or something that came and followed us while we were filming him.
So cool.
And it was very noisy. But when someone was going to take a throw or a putt, dead silence.
Love
250 people in the woods.
Not a single spud in the mix.
Love it.
No
spuds. No spuds in my hometown.
I love that. No, and that's awesome because I saw you guys were doing stuff with Gannon. So stoked to see him showing his personality, being the #1 player in the world right now. It's like seeing that he's given back in ways was very cool.
Because there's some players. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say because we have also seen this year many players that has kind of said that they are not playing tournaments any longer, and it's you can see that it's a grind to be a professional player, and you have Ben Calloway and your buddy James Proctor, who is one of my favorite players to see throw.
Amazing.
Do you think we'll see any of these people playing competitions again, or do you think this kind of it's a natural selection that they fall off as we go?
As a person who is considering it myself, like I get it, and I think a lot of them are prioritizing family and trying to push in those spaces. I know James and his wife Emily have talked about it. I know Ben has a wife and a kid that he would love to spend more time with, and I still think we'll see them at the occasional event. I think there's a good chance they show up, and they've showcased their skills. They're Pro Tour winners, and there's a reason they were able to get to that, and those skills don't go anywhere. Even if it isn't as fine-tuned, their ceiling stays just as high to be top tier players. So hopefully when we're in their neck of the woods, maybe James we'll see him at like an OTB Open. Ben Calloway we might see at like the Discmania Challenge in Des Moines, Iowa. That's not too far from his hometown, maybe even Ledgestone, and just things like that. I would hope we get to see those players out there. And I also think it's just going to be a trend that we're going to start to see, especially with disc golf kind of in a down state. It's just a little bit more difficult. And I think more players, if they're going to make it, need to respect and understand the hustle and grind that has to come along with it. You can't, and I use him as an example, he's a friend. Not everyone gets to be Calvin Heimberg, where he just is good and is a personality, like and has had great increased fame from the Go Throw, the skins matches, and his personality in general. He's so well liked. If the skins matches didn't happen, his stock would be lower. There's no doubt in my mind. But that's where Alden Harris is doing his vlogs to help in that, and then he plays well, so it just amplifies when he does play well. You look at some players, they're hustling, grinding on the vending side, so when they play well, people are more likely to come and visit their tent. So it's just like doing the hustle and grind videos and content creation or promotional material through socials to selling stuff through whatnots and vending opportunities, those types of things like help insulate yourself from the hardships of touring. But then when you play well, I think it amplifies both of those. So you're like kind of tending to these fires and like, cool, you go and pop off and get into the top 10, gasoline's been thrown on that fire and it's going to burn really bright. So you're going to see a nice boost in that hard work that you've put in all those weeks and months beforehand in that content promotion and or the time you've given up to talk with people and sell them some discs. So I think we're going to need to see more of that from players.
Yeah, amazing.
For disc golf pros, like a normal training week, how much is putting? How much is field work? How much is going to play rounds? How much is cardio? How much is strength training? How do you set up?
For me, it's been cardio is an everyday thing, but that's just something that I've set into my space of a good recovery tool and a good mental tool to detox and let out some steam and get those endorphins running. I think on an off week, it's probably more like 60 to 70% field work with some putting, and then 30 to 40% coursework. During a tournament week, it's probably 90% coursework with a lot of putting. Like the times that I bring extra putters to putt with are during my practice rounds, and I just bring those to get my practice putting on the course itself. So to say I have 4 practice putters, cool, I'm going to make 4 putts at every basket. That's 72 putts that I have made in a round, in just a practice round and playing 1 practice round. And then cool, I'll throw a few more in, and then I'll have hit 100 putts for my day. That's great. On off weeks, I tend to try and get exercise and like strength training, which is all body weight stuff, like a lot of calisthenics. I try and do that 2 to 3 times. And on tournament weeks, maybe once early in the week, so that I'm not sore come the weekend. So it kind of depends on what the tournament week looks like. I don't know, and I think it is a very different change. And we saw some of this when Eagle and Simon went to Switzerland and started working out, when Paul Macbeth got super jacked and started working out, and now we're starting to see more players. It's not just a trying to throw farther and be better thing. It's an injury prevention. It's a recovery tool. It's all these things. It is a part of disc golf that I hope to see more of, and I feel very fortunate that I've been working with Disc Golf Strong for as long as I have, because it's already instilled the things that I need to be doing to properly warm up, to cool down, to do in between tournaments, and all of that. And it helped me set a foundation. And I do think it's really important. As he says, disc golf is this amazing thing because you get to play it every single day. But the worst part about disc golf is you can play every day. And our bodies can't really handle playing disc golf every single day, especially at the Pro Tour level and what the courses are asking of us. Our bodies throwing shots over 450 feet over and over and over and over again is like, that is going to cause problems. Like, and we're going, if we don't have strength training and injury prevention instilled into our training programs for players, we're going to see more players not continue their careers, because we're going to see people blow out their arms. We're going to see people blow out their shoulders. Their hips and knees might not last. Like, there's just so much to it. So I am hopeful that more people start to understand the importance of that. And I think it's happening, because how do you compete with a Gannon Burr? It's like, well, I need to be more consistent. I need to be able to throw that many times in a weekend with my practice. And that might take some strength and conditioning training. So, yeah.
And you have to be careful when you step out of the shower as well.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because that can also ruin some stuff.
Showers are the worst. my doctor did say, he was like, I was going to tell you to stop skateboarding so you didn't hurt yourself, but then I couldn't advise you to stop showering, because I think people wouldn't want to be around you if I stopped showering. So I was like, all right, you got me. I'll keep showering.
If you play around with James Proctor, for example, are you guys also able to just play for fun, or is it like practice and you want to win?
It's never really, if we're playing like a practice round, we're very rarely scoring it.
Yeah.
We did sometimes just to see, like, depending on the tournament and how we were feeling, but a lot of the times it was just helping each other see the course. Be like, dude,
Yeah.
why didn't you throw this disc? It's like, throw this Halo Destroyer instead of this, Emperor. And it's like we would just did a lot of that. It was kind of a bummer when James hurt his elbow at the first event last year, because I kind of missed that and that connection I had with him. He was a huge help in a lot of ways as far as the mental side, his approach to the game, and I mean, the dude's a 2-time Pro Tour champion and probably one of the best people I've met in my time in disc golf. And I feel very fortunate to have him, to have had him to be a part of any part of my life, and that was really cool. So yeah, he was one of the best practice partners and touring partners I've ever had.
We're beginning to approach the 1 hour mark, so I think we would be able to talk with Eric for a couple of hours. But
we could keep going, like, and I'm here for as long as you guys want. But I also know you guys, it's getting late there, so
because this has been an honor for you to join us, and we'll link to all your channels.
Yeah, I sent you guys.
So,
I sent you the
clip that
clip, the bloopers.
yeah. Amazing.
So
We'll put
you
it
got
in
there on Facebook.
We'll put it
Please.
in the description.
It's funny. It's really funny. You see me break, like, just absolutely have the most like error message pop up in my brain when I just say the same thing over and over in 4 different ways. It's just bad. It's good. It's a fun one. And so AJ Risley, Tina, and myself from way back in the day.
Amazing. And also, if as you said, there aren't that many Norwegian stops this summer. But if you happen to find yourself in our neck of the woods, then let us know, and we'll do something fun this year as well. That would have been amazing.
I'll be at Ale for sure, and then I was considering going to Copenhagen, but I could, I could make a day trip up to hang out with you guys and go see Alpha. So it's not that far, especially if I have a decent car. The reason I'm going to go to Copenhagen is because it's incredible for skateboarding, but that's because that's my treat for myself if I go and play the 2 Swedish events and do well. So we'll see. So
that's amazing. Then we can play a game of skate when you get there, and I'll
love that.
I'll start training.
We could do both. That'd be sweet, man. I'd love that a lot.
Amazing. Yes, but then
right.
I think we'll just talk to you later, and it's been a good one.
Yeah, if there's anything I could do for you guys, you just let me know. This has been an absolute treat, and I really do look forward to our paths crossing again.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Eric. We'll speak later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.